That intro just needs Grant Hines with pink hair and black hair, and then it's like all the looks you always sport.
I'm going back to yellow.
Are you going back to yellow?
Yeah, I'm going back to yellow.
But we're talking all things green today, so maybe that's another color Grant Hines should consider, because we're all about looking after our earth this morning, and it shouldn't just be this morning, it should be every other morning. But did you know that glass is one of those products that's really easy to recycle and is reliably recycled? But most people don't know how it's done, and that's why we're bringing in our expert, Grant Hines, to share some insights in many other objects that we didn't know could be recycled.
Yeah.
Things recycled.
So I'm really excited about this because we just think of recycling as taking paper to a paper mill and then all of a sudden it's now paper again. But there's so many other things that recycling can be. So we can just kind of reframe that for ourselves. And the first thing I want to talk about is yoga mats. And it's one of those things that you didn't think that could be recycled, but because they are mostly made of plastics, making sure that those yoga mats are recycled means that they stay like that for a long period of time. And yoga mats are durable and last very long. There's a company called Sugar in Australia, and they make a whole bunch of sorry, not Sugar. They make a whole bunch of yoga mats, which is incredible.
And they make it from, I believe it's wetsuits?
Yeah,
How cool is that?
like wetsuit material, actually neoprene, gets damaged over a long period of time, and obviously it gets holes, kind of like clothing does. And then instead of just tossing it into a landfill, because what else do you do with it? Turning it into a yoga mat is just such a natural use of that. And also, I don't know, do surfers do yoga as well? I don't know.
I think a lot of people would practice that whole mindful body, namaste, that holistic approach. But that's so cool that yoga mats can be made from, or have been made from.
Ryle would dig it. You'll use a yoga mat to do whatever on.
Yeah, definitely.
One-handed push-ups.
Now, when it comes to backpacks, have those been...
Yes, so backpacks are one of the other ones, and they're made from recycled bottles as well, plastic bottles. You can make your thread out of plastic as well, and then obviously re-thread that. So there's actually a lot of energy going into recycled clothing and recycled materials that are from plastics, like, what's that? Come on, you're in the fashion industry.
Polyester?
Polyester, yeah. Those are kinds of plastics. So being able to remake those plastics with plastics that we'd normally toss away is great. And then making those clothes potentially recyclable. And obviously bags are a natural use of that because they need to be a little bit more durable. They don't have to be necessarily comfy on the skin, so you can make them recyclable again.
Yeah.
The next one is also furniture, outdoor furniture. People are taking plastics and making outdoor furniture with them. In fact, this is not a new thing. When I was at junior school here in Cape Town, we even had a bench, and I'm sure maybe some of you who are going to school today will find benches at the school that aren't made of wood. It's like a composite material, a composite plastic, and that is either melted and molded into the parts that make up a bench and then bolted together. So that's what we have in South Africa in the schools.
Cool.
But there are lots of different kinds of plastic furniture that was made using, and the benefit is that it's waterproof. Remember, it's like when you have a wooden piece of furniture outside, it deteriorates in the weather, and it's sun resistant, which is great. The next one is swimwear.
That for me is fascinating because, when it comes to supporting small businesses, I have a friend who brought out her own swimwear range made from recycled plastic.
Yes, and it's you've had a friend do that.
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay, sorry. Yeah. So it's quite common now, and there's just to give you an idea, there's a company called Botoko that's used 22,000 plastic bottles and converted them into their range of swimwear.
Oh, wow.
And that's also a great way of making sure that all of those plastic bottles don't see landfills, they don't see the ocean, and they get practically used. Well, they might see the ocean in the form of a swimsuit, but then it's not being tossed away.
That's the best way for it to see the ocean.
And then probably my favorite, lastly, is recycled shoes. Shoes have to be durable. Shoes are one of those generally really unsustainable things that are made. They're either made out of leather. Most shoes, glue is made out of bovine or pig gelatine.
Wow.
They're really hectic products, and they're made of so many different materials. When you use multiple materials in a product, it becomes less recyclable. So having shoes made out of plastic and plastic bottles means that it's much better for animal welfare. They become far more durable. Leather is not the most durable piece of fabric in the world. There are so many, especially polycarbonate materials that we make that are more durable. And if we can make those products out of existing trash, we are then going to be able to reuse them, and those shoes will last longer.
Well, listen, so interesting. I mean, from recycled shoes to benches to swimwear to yoga mats, there really is a lot of things being recycled. Grant, thank you for shedding some light for us, but you're not going anywhere, right?
No, we're going to talk about more recycling soon.
Oh, well, we are keeping all things green here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.